I was in the Navy, and being that a trumpet player that my brother Bill taught me, in the Navy they made me a bugler on an aircraft carrier. And at one point when I was on the ship, I was sharing the duty with the Marine, a black Marine, and he had false teeth, and he had trouble with his false teeth that day. So I had to stand watch on the bridge. And during my watch, all of a sudden the ship shook very badly, and there was an explosion in the catapult room, and hundreds of sailors were killed. Oh. And I got a commendation. When things got calmed down, I went down to the watch deck where people were coming and going off the ship, and I was able to sneak off and call home. So I called home.
Not knowing
it was on the TV and everybody was.
We heard it on the radio and TV.
Yeah, so I called home, and I got my mother on the phone.
My father and I came right.
And and my mother says to me, "Erwin, how are you?" I says, "Ma, I'm fine." She says, "Erwin, tell me the truth. How are you?" So I said, "Ma, I'm fine." "Erwin, I said, "Ma, I broke 2 legs." She says, "Thank God." Then Bill gets on the phone. "You broke 2 legs?" I said, "Bill, I just was trying to make Mama feel better." He says, "Why are you making your mother feel better?"
Wait, I'll tell you a story about Erwin. When Erwin was young, Erwin had undescended testicles.
Oh, I was just thinking. Everybody has to know.
Everybody knew.
Tell the truth.
We had a bathroom.
This is before the internet.
This is a bathroom right over the kitchen. Right? So we were all sitting in the kitchen.
He was always a bull buster.
So Mama, excuse me.
2 more.
So Mama knocked at the door and she said, "Erwin."
I was in the bathroom.
She said, "Erwin, tell the truth. Are your balls hanging down?"
She was the funniest woman. We never knew how funny she was. No, I think one of the funniest stories. Remember she went on Metro-Cal?
Oh, right.
Everybody was going on the Metro-Cal diet. And I called her up after maybe a month. I said, "Ma, how you doing? You losing weight?" She says, "I don't know. Everybody loses. I gain." I said, "What do you mean?" She says, "I have a Metro-Cal with every meal." That's funny.
She was one of the best women and 10 best women in the history of the world. She was devoted to her children. She was.
I made
there was always
that buffet for her, that benefit. Remember, right. I invited. I had to stop at 25 women in my house, and I served a buffet. We made the girls help me cook, and she came and she was staying with me, and she told her story. The girls all asked her questions, and well, that was great. Remember that, Bill?
Yeah, she was.
And what was the subject?
Her children, her
Yeah,
marriage
her
and
children.
children.
They asked her questions, and she spoke
And I think one of
about.
the questions they asked her, would you ever do it again? She said, "I'd kill myself."
And you know what? If I meet some of those girls from my temple, they still remember her.
If you want to know,
stories.
if you want to know how funny she was, after Shirley was born, she went to the Margaret Sanger Clinic in Brooklyn.
Yes.
To learn about birth control, and she got a diaphragm. And of course, she read the instruction that says, "Put it on the organ." We didn't have an organ. She put it on the piano.
And the twins came
I have
out.
to tell you, it took me that story before I was
Finish the story. Finish the story.
9 months later, we're born. And when we were sick children when we were born, but we survived. And when we were about 6 months old, she carried one in each arm, took the subway back to Brooklyn, went to the Margaret Sanger Clinic, saw the woman who had given her the diaphragm, threw the diaphragm at her and said, "Before you, I only had one at a time."
Well, that's what.
I always tell that
That's
story.
what